So for belonging, I'll start with one that I think we're all lacking so much right now, and it's connection.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wrote Inclusify between 2016 and 2019, right? Like the book came out in 2020. It was being printed before COVID began. And
Right.
so I think the challenges that leaders were having were around uniqueness. How can I
Mm-hmm.
let people be their best authentic self? And they were really good at belonging. We have all these things. We have happy hours, and we have golf outings, and we do all these things, coffee, whatever it is at work, to create this cohesive team. T-shirts, we wear the same t-shirts, whatever. And now I think that's really flipped, because as far as uniqueness goes, I don't know about you, but I cannot leave myself at home when I'm sitting at home. Like, I
Right.
just don't know. Like, I go to work, and, I wear a suit and heels, and I try not to laugh extremely loud in the hallways, because it's like, that's just not the culture. It's not like a jubilant culture. And so I like laugh really loud in my office, my door closed, if something makes me laugh. And so I try to like anyone else, right? I'm like trying to fit the culture. How do you do that at home when your kids are walking into your Zoom
Right.
screen, and I have this cat that thinks she's a star, so she comes and sits on my laptop, and she's like staring at herself on the screen, like, is that me? um and my and I think everyone feels that way. Like, we're hanging out in people's houses, we see people's partners, we see, like, I think the uniqueness is up, but the belonging, like, we're seeing like really high turnover in a lot of high belonging companies that are like a lot of tech companies that have a lot of in-office time where they get massages and have meals together, and now everyone's at home. And if you don't have that connection, you can just go to the company that pays you, a tiny bit more, gives you a little bit better stock option, or whatever it might be. So that was a very long introduction to say, we need to plan activities to build human connection, because it's not just the empathy, me understanding you in a two-way. It's like creating a team where we
Yeah.
have this shared sense of purpose. And some of that is just reinforcing the idea that the team's success is success. Like, we want our team to be successful. And so it's, team rewards, team bonding, helping each other out. Like, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
challenges in the last year. The best
Mm-hmm.
teams are those where folks stepped up to help each other, not because they were told they
Right.
had to, but because they wanted to.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest one, is especially as we reintegrate into the office, for those of us who've been more remote, finding ways to still create belonging between people in the company, but also people on their team.